Star Salvager started off as a really simple project.
Space Tetris with guns.
Star Salvager is an action-packed story puzzler roguelike extravaganza.
Cartoons meets classic arcade games, meets that quirky 70s, 80s hair metal, disco, psychedelic feel.
My first impressions when going to Star Salvager were, well, oh, this is just Tetris and Galaga. That's a neat combination.
By taking the best parts of action puzzlers and roguelites, Star Salvager brings like a fun yet challenging experience that I've not seen before in gaming. It's being able to play like a match 3 with the challenge of fighting enemies, all while ensuring that you've got the best build is just very fun.
Of course I'm excited for this. I can't stop blabbing about it. I'm excited for it because I think it's the first of its kind.
This was something out of the ordinary, and that's why I have been on board and working with Jonathan on this for the time that I have been.
What you're seeing here is our core gameplay loop, which involves collecting these falling bits and making combos out of them. When you make a combo of 3 or more hollow bits of the same color, they merge and transform into an upgraded bit, as well as giving you ammo that powers the weapons and defenses of your ship.
So one really important mechanic is those white flashing squares. We call them bumpers. When you bump into them, they slide a single row or column of your ship by 1 cell. This is super useful for rearranging the bits you've collected, making combos, or like bumping off bits you don't want. I'm very bad at puzzles, so I find the levels difficult for me personally.
Like, you can be a bad player and still do pretty well in it, and then you just kind of figure it out, and you're challenging yourself with what you decide to do.
There's a lot happening, but you can still keep up, and yeah, it's a really complex yet simple game.
And then we have enemies. These alien cyborg things are constantly trying to steal your bits and destroy you. To fend them off, you have to build up the weapons and defenses of your drone. My favorite thing about Star Salvager is the iconic characters. You cannot look at that mushroom girl and tell me you're not curious about her story.
Everybody loves the mushroom lady. She's fantastic. I love her. I'm intrigued about her too.
The wackiness of all of like the enemies that you fight, because like there's the puff bucket that like shoots out clouds of spew, and like you're just like, you fly through and you're like, oh, now I'm getting corroded and I'm gonna die.
Every time you die, which will inevitably happen many, many times, you get to come back to base and learn more about these characters and watch the way they interact with each other. It is hilarious, it is iconic, and I want more of it all the time.
My favorite thing is just being able to use multiple strategies and skills to tackle each world or ring and see myself improve with each run. It becomes very satisfying to play, and it's just fantastic.
There's also a mystery to this game, like why are we in space? What is happening? And I think that that's something that people will really be into.
Music is great, and the visuals are as well.
I absolutely love the music. It is so good.
Since my childhood, I've wanted to work on a video game score, and for whatever reason, whether it wasn't the right time or the right project, it never came to be until the pandemic hit, and I got a chance to work with all the great people at A Game. I'm an early 90s baby, but my favorite time of recorded music in the history of recorded music is the 1980s. It kind of brings me back into that headspace of my early childhood of whatever I remember about video games and everything else that I liked about that time period.
Super Mario Brothers and Tetris, and the first time, the feeling you had when you first played those. So, I would describe Star Salvager's art style as updated, classic arcade art.
This game will fill in a very unique niche.
It's going to bring a lot of casual gamers into more intense circuits. It's going to bring hardcore gamers into some of the most fun challenges of their lives.
We've been in development for 2 years, and it's just been a very exciting project. We're ready to bring it into the world and see what players have to say.
Anytime you've worked with somebody that's willing to put their money where their mouth is and work on getting something they're so passionate about out to the public to see what happens, and it's in them to produce it, darn near brings you to tears when you are done and you're getting other people to play it. And I live for that. I live for realizing projects and getting them out. And for Jonathan, that makes this really, really special for me.
Every single person on this team is really passionate about it. I like how we can just literally, there's days where we just go through the game and everyone has something to share about it. You'll see how each one of us has our own specific style of how we play the game. It's like a really fun discussion. I think that with our different backgrounds, we bring something new and exciting to it, and I just love working with everyone.
There's a lot of love for the project and a love for the team that I see in all the teammates.
We have such a diverse group of people, and we still get along, and like everyone's opinion matters.
The passion, the creativity, and just the joy for making a great game that each of our members brings each and every day is just something that every studio strives for.
Everyone's passionately pitching features that they really believe in, and I think this synergy will help us make more games and really cool games in the future.